can do. So I'm here to say serving the consumers of Arkansas is best done by an Arkansas-run exchange. But if Arkansas does not choose to do that, then the law does require the federal government to come in and run the exchange. And I think that the federal government will honor that pledge and that it will serve consumers. But again, I think it would be better done by the state.
What are some of the questions that some of these people here have been asking you?
Well, I think generally there's a skepticism about whether we should get involved in this yet, and should we just, don't we still have some more time? Can't we keep waiting, prolonging the decision? Why do we have to commit? And the answer to that is you don't have to commit yet. You can submit a grant that gives you some money to continue planning towards an exchange. At the end of the day, Arkansas decides it doesn't want to run its own state exchange, it will have that option all the way up and through the certification process, which is more than a year up the road. So I frankly do have a difficult time understanding exactly what the problem is with continuing to try to move forward and plan, just because a number of states that are quite skeptical of the federal law even are continuing to cover their bases, hedge their bets by continuing to plan. So that's what I was down here for, is to understand what would it be that would say to folks in Arkansas, we should just not do anything on this, just step back from the process and wait. I think that's a high-risk strategy for the state.
I guess what are some pros and cons for Arkansas and some of these things that I guess people are in their lives thinking about?
Well, I think the pro of this is that this law promises a new way to access insurance through a web page so that health insurance becomes as easy to purchase as it is today to buy a book or to buy a computer or to buy anything else online. Once the health insurance companies can no longer ask health-based questions, which make it impossible to sell insurance over the web, really, in any kind of quick way, once there is a market where just a few simple questions you can figure out what somebody's eligibility is, then I think healthcare will be sold over the web like other products. So that's the promise of this law. I think getting from here to there is people are skeptical of exactly, how much is it going to cost to get from here to there. And it's like any new social change. There are questions, if you go back and look at when Social Security was first created, when Medicare was first created, there are always questions about whether these programs are going to work right and so forth. I think the history is when they're well designed, they provide security to American people that's very, very important to people. And I think that will be the case here.
I guess, is there anything else that I'm not asking you that you might want to say? And then also I was going to ask you where you go from here.
I think that the one point I'd make is that the time clock is running here. And there's a little bit of a feeling, I think, from some people in the room that we still have a lot of time here to continue to wait and see and watch what other states are doing. Other states are moving forward. We're going to have something like 2/3 of the states involved in moving forward on their exchanges. And I think Arkansas ought to be part of that.